Hello and welcome to today's In Conversation with Cleanroom Technology. I am Sophie Bullymore, the editor of Cleanroom Technology, and today I'm joined by Keith Beattie, who is a director at the cleanroom energy efficiency firm EECO2, and Barbara Lead, who is the CEO of Cambridge Pharma, who have both been working together on a new cleanroom project. Lovely to meet you both. I guess I'll first ask you, Barbara, to give us some background, who exactly Cambridge Pharma are and what you do.
Okay, well, Cambridge Pharma is part of an SMC medical group of companies. So we started with a company called Oval Medical who make auto-injectors. And we were acquired by SMC as Oval in 2016. And Oval Medical has a range of different auto-injector devices, all of which have a unique primary drug container that needs to be, the fill finish of this needs to be done under very specific conditions with particular equipment. So a few years ago, we started to work with CDMOs to fill these primary drug containers for our customers. And what we found was that the CDMOs that are available at the moment, there are very few of them that can do small batch fill finish for clinical trial supplies. And those that we did work with weren't really able to work with unique primary drug containers very easily. So we came to the conclusion that what we would like to do was to have the control over that process ourselves within our own business. But Oval Medical Technologies is a technology business and we have IP. And for Oval's customers, we won't have a consistent requirement to have that would fully utilize a facility 100% of the time, or at least 70% of the time. So what we decided to do was to commission a pharmaceutical services business that could not only service Oval's customers, but could also do standalone contract manufacture for any company that they want to fill some vials for a clinical trial, for instance. So that is how Cambridge Pharma came about. It's to do small batch fill finish for pharma companies' clinical trial supplies, and also for launch supplies for volumes, unit volumes of up to 1.5 million units.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, that was very concise. So I guess the next question would be, why did you choose EECO2 to do your new project?
Well, that was an interesting one. We looked at quite a few suppliers, and what we really liked about EECO2 was their expertise in HVAC systems. And for those of the audience who actually understand sterile manufacture, there are two really important things, the most important of which being the HVAC system, because it's that actually controls the quality of the environment that minimizes the contamination of the product. And so when we looked around at the available systems, we liked what EECO2 are doing, particularly their dynamic control system. And we believe that we're pushing the boundaries, that it is a relatively new and solution. And as the world becomes more aware of the environment and being kind to our planet, the careful use of energy and the management of the environment, and particularly the energy, is quite important. So not only do we think it's a very good solution technically for what we want, but it's also energy conserving and therefore eco-friendly too.
Brilliant, yeah. So I guess, Keith, from your point of view, what are the challenges to building this new energy efficient clean room?
Yeah, so if I kind of start off with, the clean room industry has really we've been building and designing clean rooms basically the same way for about 50 years. There's been some advances in technology over that time, improvements in filtration and diffusers and materials and operator gowning, that kind of thing. But essentially, it's the same kind of thing. So one of the challenges is is to shift customer mindsets about what historically has been done, in order to and get rid of some of these rules of thumb of how we do things, to really get down to understanding what is truly needed. And I guess we're really grateful for Oval and Barbara and the team to really have that different mindset and to be working with a customer that's really enlightened. So I think that these are hugely energy intensive spaces in clean rooms, many more times than a simple kind of office building. But we know much more about how those spaces operate. We've got many more tools available to us now to really start to dig into and challenge that historical practice. You know, one of the things I often talk to customers about is air change rates, as an example. And you know, we need the right amount of air to deal with the contamination in space, but how much is that? And quite often we overdo it.
Yeah. So we were talking about tools. So as this sort of tool technology is getting more and more sophisticated, what can we do about these challenges in a more modern clean room using these new technologies?
Well, some of the approaches that we've developed over the last decade or so, you know, standard approaches to understanding how clean rooms operate, and to really challenge some of those design principles. But moreover, it's about leveraging that operational data and information that we get when we're operating our clean rooms. Because of course, when we design them on a set of assumptions around what the process is, how many people are going to be in there, what are they going to be doing. And it's not until you actually operate that for a period of time where you start to realize that actually, yeah, I've kind of overestimated the challenge, the contamination challenge in that space. So we can do that now with our current approaches to optimizing clean room energy performance. But the novel innovation that we brought is to really do that dynamically. So we can dynamically determine what's happening in the space at a given point of time, and to, rather than set a fixed airflow volume forever, we vary that depending on what's needed in the space. So that's the principle. So the ICCS solution that is in the Oval or Cambridge Pharma clean room is very much state of the art and really the future.
And I guess that leads me to, from your perspective, Barbara, what can you see that has changed at this new site, sort of on the energy efficiency front, compared to older ones?
Well, certainly a lot of companies now are looking at their carbon footprint, and also particularly sustainability with respect to the supply chain. And we're starting to see companies looking at suppliers, not only from a performance point of view from the product perspective, but also from their carbon footprint. So we were looking ahead. We're building a new facility, which we want to last for at least 15, 20 years. So we needed to future-proof our building, both in terms of the size of the building and the way that we run it. And we knew that by starting with a clean sheet of paper with a brand new facility, we had the opportunity to build in designs that would be future-proof, not only in terms of carbon footprint, but also in terms of allowing us flexibility to be able to work with, say, potent and non-potent molecules in two different clean rooms at the same time. So another feature of our facility is the way that the HVAC systems are completely separate for separate areas. All the flows through our facility for people and materials are unidirectional. We have air showers that people coming in, the workers coming into the clean room will go in one way, They will come out in a different direction, and they will go through an air shower to take off any contamination that they may have picked up while walking into the clean room. And then they will go back into the changing rooms in a different direction, so that they do not, people coming out of a clean room cannot interact with people going into a clean room. So we've discussed our designs with the MHRA. The feedback that we had was that, they were happy with the design, and we're expecting to invite MHRA in to do an inspection for our IMP license later this year. So for me, it was really important to have a state-of-the-art design, because we had the opportunity to do it right from the very beginning. We're not modifying a facility, we've built a brand new one.
Well, that's all really exciting to hear. Keith, I guess going on to the next part is, what are EECO2 going to do going forward to support Cambridge Pharma's sort of facility of the future then?
Well, in terms of what we've built together with the Cambridge Pharma team is a real showcase for the type of facility, not just from a energy perspective, but from GMP compliance, which is critically important. And also, I think the goal has always been to, as Barbara said, to deliver that facility, at the highest possible quality facility at the lowest possible price, given within the time constraints that the client has given us. And I think we're there on that in terms of the build is complete. The next stage is to complete the qualification process, which is ongoing, and to then have the facility inspected and accredited by the regulatory bodies, and we fully expect that to happen over the next few months. And then we'll continue to support Cambridge Pharma in as they learn kind of what the capabilities of that facility are and how they use it. It'll be a very interesting learning experience over the next few years.
Yeah, I agree. That's going to be really interesting, and I look forward to hearing more about it. I think I have time for one more question. So I'll just ask Barbara, just in general, why is this whole project and sustainability push so important to Cambridge Pharma and just in general?
It's to have this facility particularly for Oval customers. In conjunction with Oval and SMC Limited and Cambridge Pharma, we will be the first drug delivery company to offer a pharmaceutical company a complete end-to-end solution, from designing the device, which we do in Oval, to manufacturing the components and doing sub-assemblies at SMC Limited in the US, filling the primary drug containers for the customers here in the UK, and assembling the product. We can provide clinical trial supplies and launch supplies. And for us, that is a unique business offering in the drug development space. And so we're looking forward to providing our customers with this much improved service. And talking to customers already, they're very, very excited about it. And while we're talking today, I have a customer, they're over from the US to do a project review, and they're very excited about this whole concept of end-to-end solution, and they're looking forward to seeing what we can do with Cambridge Pharma for them.
That's brilliant. Well, I think that's all my questions. Thank you, Keith and Barbara, for your time. Viewers, if you want to see more interviews with companies like EECO2 and Cambridge Pharma, please head to our YouTube channel or go to cleanroomtechnology.com. And thank you for watching, and have a good day.
Thank you.